Hello and welcome to another Let's Play by me, GamerWolfSix of Echo. A game about stuff. Before we start, if you're interested on playing this game, you can get it for free on itch.io. But if you want to support the people that make this game and are getting the news version earlier, you can go to Patreon. Actually, that's a lie. Everything's a lie, isn't it? The game's finished, but you can help them with other games by giving them monies. So, on the last Let's Play, we were basically in Sydney's past, being Sydney, where, he was watching, a bunch of wrestling. His dad was being abusive. His dad brought him out into, to go shooting ducks and stuff like that. And his dad was being a bit more abusive, going, well, I'm going to send you up north to the compound. And the son's like, I hate you, Dad. Nobody likes you. And, you don't have a job and all that stuff. And then they found that van. And then his dad broke down. And then decided to put a gun in his mouth. Woof. Which I think it's implied that, Sydney tried to pull his dad's hand away from the trigger and might have accidentally pulled the trigger. And then there was a spooky thing in the truck. Resetting face. And begin. Finding. Hey, is there any more of that oatmeal you brought left? Or bought left? Gigi stands beside the bed, peering down at me. Okay, asshole. You guys are eating all my oatmeal, especially the dinosaur eggs in it. Oh, no. Were you asleep? I blink. Chase, I'm so sorry. You're moving around so much, I didn't know. Chase. Right. It's okay, TJ. I pushed myself up, feeling the bedsheets sticking to the back of my fur. My shirt is drenched, and I smell awful. Are you okay? A concerned look crosses Link's face. I'm not sure how to respond. Yeah, I saw Sydney, maybe kill his dad, or his dad unalived himself. I'll get some water. He smiles at me, in an eerily genuine way that he does. He turns and walks to the sink. There's a subtle sound of oldies music coming from behind me, the suite next door. Or suite? And who's renting that? The sunlight peeks through the beige drapery, but everything outside is just a pale glow. I can't imagine what time it is. I try to move my paw. It's slow to react. Every piece of my body is tingling with the sort of damp vibration. Yeah, vibration. Huh. Sleep paralysis? But I'm awake. And I moved just a second ago? Maybe I'm just dehydrated. I blink again. And little floaties dance in front of my eyes. Blobs, swirled, and smiley faces that flee whenever my gaze chases them. I let out a long exhale through my nostrils and shift the weight of my tail behind me. Today's Saturday. Things are gonna get messy today, I guess. Today's the day. And isn't it beautiful today? Did I say that out loud? He holds the polystyrene cup directly in front of my muzzle. Wait, did I say it? Sounded like TJ. I can smell it. The water. Way too mineralized, like a foggy calcium broth. But calcium can't hurt you. It's just bones. Like a clockwork automaton. I feel my arm jerk to arise, grasp the cup, and bring the contents to my lips. Ooh. I finish it in 3 swallows. Ooh. Water. It's been so long since I swam, and I'm starting to really feel the need for it. air is fine, but it's just nothing. Water or something. It's got pressure. It hugs you as you move through it. Nobody understands it like we do, I guess. I realize TJ is staring at me, and I give him a look. Another smile, this one more sheepish. With a small grunt, I manage to throw my legs out from under the covers, my feet touching the firm carpet beneath. I rub the sleep from my eyes. I slept like 11 hours. Why do I feel like this? Looking around, I notice that the bed next to me is empty. Where's Jenna? My voice comes out higher pitched than I intended, and I quickly clear my throat. She went out. I'm not sure exactly where. I stare at him, my eyes still only half open. We're supposed to go hiking. I mean, she said she'd like to, or still like to. I'm sure she'll be back soon. Why do you want to hike so much? What? TJ frowns. You grew up here, and you hiked all the time as a kid. Shouldn't you be sick of it by now? The lynx dips his paws into his pockets, his lips pursing as he delays his response. Well, my parents didn't want me going out too far, or anywhere too dangerous. There's still a lot of trails I haven't been on. This is Echo. You can see everything around you for miles. There's not much surprise when you can see the entire trail. Like going through a forest or a big mountain. I can understand some of the appeal, but not this. I sort of raise my arms and gesture to everything and nothing at the same time. It do be like that. TJ, meanwhile, just shakes his head. I think I understand what you mean, Chase, but hiking isn't about being surprised. So what, if you can see everything, see what's coming? It's what happens when you're there that matters. TJ smiles again, with that same youth pastor-esque vigor. I can tell it's genuine, but there's always that feeling I get, that there's something going on behind those blue eyes that's not right. TJ ain't right. No. Growing up, I always chalked it up to his unwaveringly hypocritical dogma, in contrast to my whole liking dicks thing. But now, I don't know. It was never enough to bother me too much, but I'm starting to wonder if this is what what Flynn feels too. Fuck. Sorry, I'm like, I want to do more of this stuff, but I feel like, yeah, this is going to be the last one for tonight. Jen ate the last of the oatmeal. Oh, I guess I'll stop by the diner then. I wanted to check up on Janice anyway. What are you gonna have? I don't know. I'm not usually the breakfast type. When I wake up, everything in my mouth just tastes gross, and it kills my appetite. Oh, yes, I understand. TJ nods, turning to move back to the mini fridge. He opens it, staring inside, as if looking hard enough would make fruit parfait appear. That being said, I'm starting to miss the student union food court something fierce. I remember definitely disliking my food court at my first college, cause it tasted like shit. They didn't have burgers, they had veggie burgers, and those ones tasted like shit. I'm not saying veggie burgers taste like shit. There's some good-ass vegetarian stuff or vegan stuff, but it's like, oh wow, this tastes like crap. Like, that thing tasted like crap and you had to go other places for food, you know? I think I hear TJ chuckle a little. You would really like your campus cafeteria. We've got a cereal bar, around 25 different types of cereal to choose from or with. You can even make your own protein bars and that sort of thing. It's really cool. Huh. Making your own protein bars. That actually sounds pretty good, even though my palate sort of tastes like a mix of sawdust and barf right now. The lynx pulls out a wrapped rice treat, peering at it with squinty expression. That's a creative way of describing that. I'm almost not hungry anymore. He holds up the treat, the blue foil catching the window light in a bit of a curious way. I'm not sure why this is in the fridge. Oh, I just threw the whole bag of stuff I picked up from the convenience store in there. Would you like this? Yeah, sure. I'll take it. TJ nods, tossing the treat in a gentle arc my way. I almost catch it. Almost. Ow! I rub the end of my snout as TJ looks at me wide-eyed. Oh, crimey. That hit you square, Chase. I'm sorry. That's okay. I'm still waking up, I guess. I begin unwrapping the foil packaging. I'm gonna eat this and shower, okay? Not at the same time, right? No. Okay, good. Just making sure I didn't hit you too hard. Another sheepish smile. I manage one return this time. I take a bite of the treat, and to my surprise, it's actually pretty okay cold. After a moment, I notice the little blue light flashing on my phone. You know, my phone, I think my previous phone used to do that, but my current phone doesn't do that. It's like, why? Granted, I've had it forever, but it's like, why doesn't it do that? A new message. We take a big breath. A pang of guilt sets in as I realize my first thought is, please don't be Leo. Yay! Hope your camera's okay. I sigh. It's not. I scroll down and notice a message below it. Come over? Shit, Carl's interview is today, isn't it? I don't want to be bumming him out too much. It's fine. I pause. I'll be over soon. There. I set the phone back down on the nightstand and tossed the treat wrapper into a bin beside the bed. TJ glances up at me momentarily. He's also looking at his phone. Carl's got a job interview up in Peyton today. TJ looks up from his phone, grinning. Wow, that's really great. I still remember when he worked at that market shop we used to have on Elizabeth Street. Where is this one at? A print shop, I think? I don't know. Carl seemed kind of hesitant to talk about it. Oh. Well, tell him that I wish him good luck, and that it's always really important that you smile. If you look like you're happy and excited, then the interviewers might get that way too. Huh. It's infectious, right? Right. I've gotten literally all my jobs because my parents were friends with somebody who was hiring. I suppose I never really had to worry about interviewing. A noise comes from the outside, the sound of jingling keys and the door being unlocked. So, the police finally showed up. Yeah, apparently there was this whole weird thing going on in Echo, but everything's fine now. So, everybody ready to go now? Jenna steps inside, giving me a bit of a curious look over when she notices I'm still in my sleepwear. Are they going to do anything? I doubt it. She strides across the room, grabbing the bottle of water from the mini fridge. Like, because somebody was yelling a night ago? Or what? Why is that? The cop seemed more suspicious of me than anything. She lets out a little sigh of exasperation. Oh, because she's a native? They asked me if I'd been taking any drugs. Jesus. Guess they're not used to seeing people our age around here that aren't. I think it's more anti-native sentiment than anything. It's surprising, well, to me, in the past, when it's like, oh wow, there's a whole bunch of that still. Kind of like with, what was it called? Starlight Tours in Canada. And it's like, wow, you guys are fucking murderous. And that's especially so for Canadians. Really? Yes. Jenna looks back to me. Chase, you really should shower. I blink. What? I noticed when I walked in. This whole room has your oily musk scent. It's not very flattering. And it's also getting moist. I frown deeply, cover my armpits, and pushing my tail back over my behind. Alright, I was just going to anyway. I raise the stand before moving to the bathroom. TJ gives me a sympathetic look as I pass. I shut the door behind me after stepping inside. With a few quick tugs, I remove my shirt and underwear, then place them on the edge of the counter. At home, I just throw them on the floor, but I don't really trust how clean the linoleum is here. I step in the shower. It gets hot quick, so I fiddle with the handle some. There's some gray fur tucked in the corner, so I'm guessing TJ took one this morning. I bend down to pick up the tiny, complimentary shampoo bottle from the rack and begin to lather the contents over my body. It's not exactly the best for my type of fur, but it'll work for now. Though I still can't shake the feeling that I have cigarette smoke baked into my pores, also cum on your paws. You know, in comparison to the communal dorm showers, this is actually kind of nice. Ew, I don't want to think about that. Contrary to what you may think, they're not as sexy as porn makes you believe. I begin lathering down. Usually, I rub one out during shower time. I mean, I guess if you shared a room with somebody, then you'd want to rub one out in the shower. And luckily, when I first went to college, it was one of these things where it was like 8 people in a living space, but then like 2 rooms was like 1 person, and I got one of them. Yay! Through that moment, I'm pretty devoid of those feelings. Ever since I got here, back from Echo, I felt more detached from everything I usually do. Like, all this stuff is going around me, and just here, going on around me. When I woke up this morning, it was as if I wasn't sure what was the dream and what was real. I don't even recall what the dream was about. TJ distracted me before I could really archive it, or however it works with remembering dreams. There was this feeling of sorrow, fear, and general helplessness. Then, all of a sudden, power, or agency? I'm not sure how to describe it. It's familiar, but I don't know why. Like strange nostalgia. All those rose-tinted happiness. Dudes, I don't know about this. I peek in the bathroom, watching as Carl stares at himself in the mirror, runs his fingers through his hair. I'm sure you look fine. Easy for you to say. You can't even grow hair. Racist. Carl sets the trimmer down, running his fingers through his beard. You tell him, Chase. Or you tell him, Chase. Carl looks at me, and I have to agree that he looks quite a bit better. You look fantastic. A lot cleaner. Thanks? Now, you might want to get the gamer stink off you. You smell like JRPG and energy drinks. I find myself snickering, though Carl doesn't look anywhere near the point of laughter. He just quietly shuts the door in my face. So, Chase, didn't expect I'd see you again. I look over to Daxon. He's standing beside the bathroom door with his arms crossed. So you chatted with that horse guy? Neither did I. Carl asked me to come over, so I did. Daxon nods. Do you think he's got this? I haven't known Carl long enough to say, really. I hope he does. I can't help but thinking a lot of things could go wrong, you know? Carl doesn't get out much. It's weird thinking about the future like that, isn't it? I cock my head some in the amphibian's direction. What do you mean? The infinite possibilities of things that can happen. So expect the worst? With an infinite number of timelines, there's no such thing as the worst case scenario, just an infinite number of varying shades of bad. Do you actually believe that? He clicks his tongue, waving his hands dismissively. No, it was an episode of Ad Astra. Yeah. Daxton perks a furless brow toward me at the sound of the door. Fuck! Daxton perks a furless brow towards me at the sound of the front door opening. We turn around and make our way towards the entrance hall next to the kitchen. Flynn? The familiar heavy footsteps are a dead giveaway of who's here. Didn't know job interviews were fucking group events. What's the fuck with this daddy music? Flynn's tall form meanders in, carrying a few Tupperware containers in a plastic bag. He doesn't look at either of us. Well, he wanted us to be here, and I didn't have anything else going on. He's in the shower now. I fidget with the inside of my pockets, trying to look nonchalant. Daxton's big blue eyes dart from me to Flynn, then back again. I have to go pee in something. I'll be right back. Like a can? Flynn's mouth twitches as if he's about to call Daxton back, but relents. Instead, he sets the bag on the kitchen island and begins rifling through it. His large tail twitches, and he furrows his brow, seemingly trying hard to concentrate on whatever he's doing. Which, as I look closer, is essentially just rearranging Tupperware in the bag over and over. Flynn. He stops. He shifts his gaze towards me, and I'm at a loss of what to say. Part of me wants to call him fucking weird, hypocritical asshole. The other part, well, I'm not really sure about the other part yet. Maybe if I just broach the topic of Jace. None of this shit matters. He gestures between us. I'm not gonna try to speak cryptic to you about feelings and shit. I just need to know you're gonna keep your promise, okay? He's frowning down at me. His expression is more uneasy than outright stern. Flynn. Fuck. His fists hit the countertop. Next thing I know, he's moving around the kitchen and grabbing paper towels. Lasagna is goddamn leaking everywhere. It's like a fucking menstrual pad in here. Why didn't you bring lasagna? Because Lardass needs to eat something besides pizza and self-hatred for change. As opposed to you, who eat salads and self-hatred? Also, is lasagna a step up from pizza in terms of health? Because 1, bread, cheese, those are the basics, but then you might have mushrooms, you might have pepperoni, or like oil, or garlic or something. The other, meat, like ground meat, cheese, pasta, ground meat again, cheese and pasta. It's like, they're kind of the same thing, except it's pasta and bread and ground meat for if you add ground meat and cheese. Anyways, shut the fuck up. At least I have a self. What's that supposed to mean? What was that supposed to mean? Flynn doesn't respond. The guy busy was stacking paper towels underneath the bag before shoving it in the fridge. I hear the sound of hooves on floorboards and turn around. Carl has shuffled into the living room so quietly we didn't even notice. Like, he looks good when he's shaven and doesn't look like he has a humongous scraggly beard. So, how does it look? It looks good, but I'm more concerned with the fact that he looks more insecure than I've ever seen him. He shifts from hoof to hoof, not making eye contact at all, his fingers pulling at his rolled up sleeves. Very nice. You look kind of like you'd be pledging Alpha Lambra, but it works. What? Carl looks over at me, and I give a start, realizing how bad my silence must have seemed. You look great, Carl. But, Daxton chuckles, and Carl's eyes widen. What? The beanie. Do you always wear that thing? Carl lifts a paw to it. Usually. You can't wear that. How'd you even get it on? It's stretchy, and my head fur looks awful. Seriously, you can't wear a beanie to an interview. Carl's getting all fidgety again, so Flynn butts in. Don't wear it. Oh, come on! He looks sad and angry at the same time, which gives me pause. You've got to work with your shirt half off. Gotta work with your shirt half off. I wear it if I want. This is my interview. Usually, Flynn would banter back, calling Carl a stupid dumbass, or something of that nature, but he says nothing. After a couple of seconds of silence, Daxton coughs. Daxton looks at me, then back to Carl. Well, I reckon that's alright. Carl sighs and shifts around again. You watch him expectantly. Dudes, this feels weird is all. It's new. You'll get used to it. I pull out my phone and look at the time. Alright, we really need to head out. Yeah, we should get there early. As we head to the door, Daxton makes as if to follow us. Flynn turns around to face him as Carl heads out the door. Hey Dax. He stops. What? After the interview, me, Chase, and some of our friends are gonna be doing something. Wait, is Carl on board with this plan too? Daxton raises a brow. Oh. So, could you fuck off for a bit? Jesus, Flynn. Part of me wouldn't mind a guy with Daxton's attitude present at what will surely be the biggest down of the week. Or wouldn't mind me. And to keep Flynn in check. Daxton doesn't seem to budge, giving Flynn an indescribable look. Yeah. After a while, Flynn just sighs, rubbing his brow. It's gotta do with personal stuff. Oh, really? See, why did you just say that? You wouldn't want to come. There's gonna be some heavy shit. Are you the heavy shit in question? Flynn says nothing. After a moment, Daxton just exhales and jigs his head. Just let me know how the interview goes. As the salamander passes me, he speaks in a hushed tone. You deserve better, man. I look down at my feet before heading out to the car. You don't. Oh, at least get to the interview, I guess. Carl still looks confused after Flynn and I come out of the car without Daxton. Where's Dude Man? I make a show of buckling my seatbelt. We'll talk about it after your interview. What? He's not coming? He's a guy who knows the guy who runs the place. Yeah, well, you weren't gonna bring him inside with you anyway. Carl stares at the dashboard as I back out, pretend to be distracted so I can muster up something reassuring. You know, Carl, you could talk about some of your art while you're in there. I hear it's good to look like you have a passion, especially one that's tangentially related to what you do. To be honest, I have no clue what sort of skills you need at a paint shop. I look at my rearview mirror at the Ram, who still isn't saying anything. Hopefully not many. By the way, Flynn. Flynn's nostrils flare as if brace himself. The big lizard has had to back up a seat all the way to give himself enough legroom in my tiny sedan. I stopped by City Hall before, well, you know, before we do the thing. Why? He responds with a weary dryness. I need to scan some photos to my thumb drive. I forgot to do it when I was there last. I know where everything I need is. Shouldn't take more than 10 minutes. Yeah, okay. I got my key card in my wallet. Flynn scratches at his groin idly, looking out the window as he passed the diner. He got the clap there. I'm kind of surprised he didn't protest more. Carl stays quiet as we drive through the rest of Echo, and I swerve to avoid all the potholes. As they merge onto the highway, Flynn speaks up. I cooked you some shit to celebrate you joining the workforce, and such. Fancy ass organic store ramen, with the spice sauce stuff, and lasagna. Same recipe that my uncle used. That's some premature, right? If there's a food award waiting for you, your fat ass can do anything. There's just the urge to notch an agreement. I hope you're right. We fall back into silence, and it stays that way for the remaining 25-minute drive. Carl gets more nervous as the closer we get. I can see his knees bouncing off the corner of my eye as he stares out the window. Flynn reaches back and puts a hand on one of them, and we pull into the parking lot of the print shop. The guy mutters something to the ram. I can't make out any of it. So with us in that 30-minute mark and the scene changing to us coming here, I think that's a good time to call it. Hyena. So, I'd like to thank you all for watching. Please comment, guys. I like comments. Tell me what you like, dislike, tips, tricks, otherwise. If you like my YouTube and like to see it grow, then please like, subscribe, and check out the videos to help it grow. And please remember to spay or neuter your animals to help control the pet population. And if you want to play this game, then you can get it for free on itch.io. But if you want to support the people that make this game, or made, and are making other games, you can go to their Patreon, where you can support them for other games. And until next time, another Let's Play. I'm GamerWolfSix of Echo, a game that I'm kind of mainline, because I like mainline visual novels, except for Sileo. That was over 52 episodes, over a year of content, even though I started posting Ty's part and haven't even finished it. Bah! I mean, it's a good game and the UI is just absolutely top notch, but it's just like, please. The in-game days take longer than my actual days. So thanks and see ya.